Hey, it's Brandy Taylor. Welcome to the Business Beauty Network podcast where business meets beauty. Sorry, we are running a few minutes behind, but I am super excited to interview Maya Mitchell today. She is actually one of our panelists for the Beauty Boss panel for our Beauty Biz networking affair that's going to take place this Sunday at Bamboo. So if you're in the Metro Detroit area, we hope that you can join us. It seems like we're still having some tech issues. It looks like I did lose Maya. I hope she'll be able to jump back on. I'm going to go ahead and introduce her, and then hopefully she'll jump in as I do that. So hopefully we don't have any more tech issues. But Maya Mitchell is a licensed master hairstylist and educator and salon owner. She creates beautiful hair designs to enhance her clients. She has been an award winning hairstylist and published artistic educator for McBride Research Laboratories, also known as Design Essentials, for the last 5 consecutive years. I'm super excited to bring her on, and she came on right at the perfect time. So let's go ahead and bring Maya on. Hey, Maya.
Hello, Brandy. How are you? I don't know what happened
I
here.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
It looks like you're on mute. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I still can't hear you. I can't
Okay.
hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, yeah, I can't hear you, Maya. Let's try to see.
Yeah, my mic says it's on. Make sure.
I don't know
Audio.
what your mic settings are.
iPhone
Look
microphone.
like it should be fine.
So it says my audio is on. So I
So
don't
you can
know.
hear her, guys? Did you say you can hear her?
Yeah, I can
I hear
hear.
you now, Maya. I hear you
Oh,
now. Oh, I think
okay.
it was on my end. Sorry
Okay.
about
I'm like, I can hear you guys. You clearly.
Okay, I hear you now. So, welcome, Maya. I just did your intro and everything. I'm super excited to have you here. You popped in
Awesome.
at the exact perfect time.
Uh,
So, before we talk about our chat tonight, tell us something about yourself that most people would not know.
um, Probably I obtained my cosmetology license at 34.
Okay. You still look 34. So,
Look, I'll take it. But
okay.
yeah, so I came into the industry a little late, but I knew that that's what I wanted to do when I was younger, and I went to cosmetology school straight out of high school and decided that was something I didn't want to do anymore. So went to college, and then I started working in corporate, and I was working at the bank, and I just decided that I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to follow my passion. So at 34, I entered an apprenticeship. That's another thing. I was under apprenticeship, and I obtained my cosmetology license at 34.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think 34 is too late. It's never too late.
It's never too late. That's
But
why
I
I tell
know,
that
like,
story.
I went to cosmetologies in my mid 20s, and even like I think I would maybe have been like 26 or 27, and even then I was in school with a lot of people younger than myself, so they were like
Yeah.
18 or 19. So I know what you mean when you say like you're
Yeah.
34.
When I went to take the state board, it was like 18, 19-year-olds, and I'm looking around like, oh my God, I'm so old. But I'm glad I did it. It was the best decision of my life. So yeah, just anybody who's older who want to follow their passion, is never too late.
Is beauty something that you didn't think you would get into, and then maybe when you got in your 30s you really rediscovered it? How did you discover that later on in life that that was something that you wanted to do?
I think it was something that was always in me, so I never stopped doing it. Like I was even working, I would come home and I may have my cousins here to do, or my stepdaughters or my daughters, and everybody in the family would come to me, and I think that it was just me making a decision to step out on faith because I was scared. So I just said, if I keep on being scared, I'm never going to do it. So I just stepped out on faith and, quit my job, and I just did it, with no clients, no anything, but I knew it was just always a passion in me, and I never stopped doing it. So it just never left me. It just kept calling me like, this is what you are meant to be, and this is what you're meant to do. So you can't run away from it, if that's something that you're meant to do.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's clear that this is the path for you and it's a passion of yours. So take us
Mhm.
along the path, because I know it hasn't been like the easiest, journey.
Yeah.
So coming in, I know you worked under some people, but take us along your journey.
Okay. So when I first came in, I was so blessed to come in under a veteran. So when I mean veteran, this guy, Kevin Carter, that's my mentor. He's been in the game, clearly over 25 years when I came under him. Now he's been in the industry for over 30. And I was so blessed, and God put us together. And he was willing to do an apprenticeship because, like I said, I was in my 30s. I was married. I had children. I could not drop everything and start going to school without getting paid of some sort. And school hours are like the same that you would be working. And I had a family. So I was so blessed to get on him and also do an apprenticeship for 2 years. And under him, I was able to meet some of the legends that we kind of look at in the hair beauty industry, like in Detroit, I'm going to say, because I'm not sure where everybody's watching from, but, like the John Goodens and the Raphaels, who basically did like all the fantasy hair, and the Carl Reeves, and the Cool Seas, all of them that we actually had a chance to meet. So that's why a lot of people don't know that I had came in, kind of late, because I had was introduced to a lot of the veterans early on. And he was a competitive hairstylist. So those of you who don't know, that means that we go all over the world and we compete in different hair battles and hair competitions. So I was able to get thrown in, and I'm going to say literally thrown in to this world of fantasy hair, and travel around the world. And one of my greatest accomplishments was I was the proud winner of the Bronner Brothers show in 2014, working directly up under him as an artistic director. So we took about 40 people from Detroit on a bus. We packed up in the room, and we had dancers, we had hairstylists, all representing, Detroit. And we actually took home the trophy of the
Awesome.
best. Yeah, so we took home the trophy, and I was just so ecstatic to be a part of that, because that just went down in history, that I can say that I was, second in command of putting that show together, and we actually won. So I've traveled all over the world doing hair competitions, and that's how I started um getting more creative in the hair, and like avant-garde hair and things like that. So yeah, that was like a big part of my journey, is just being thrown into something and having to just work my way into learning what it was and how to do things on my, just getting thrown in there and picking things up so fast and being able to win, and overcome a lot of the challenges here.
I'm sure that definitely helped to mold and shape you, for the stylist that you are now, having that experience, being thrown out there. Sometimes we don't realize at the time how that
Yeah.
really helps you, being, putting like a fire under your ass, so to speak, right? And
Yeah.
having to think on your feet and be creative can really help you, as an artist in general. So I've had situations like that in my career, and I think it really helps to, shape and mold you for sure. But
It
let's talk about like this industry, like when you started out back then, it's really shifted. A lot of people now aren't even, looking for mentors anymore. People are just coming fresh out of school and they are just ready to get these sweets. It's just like a different world now. So
is.
I would want you to kind of speak to like your experience and how your take on the industry now.
Yeah, it has definitely shifted because now it's been, I want to say about, 16 years for me. And I mean, that's why I was so blessed to come under a veteran who had kind of molded me into professionalism. So I was not allowed with my cell phone on the floor. I had to come with my hair done. I had to come with my makeup done. I mean, to this day, I still do not wear jeans unless it's like a lax day. I couldn't wear jeans to work. I always wear all black because that's our industry, color. So I have adapted those, skills and just that practice so that I still do that to this day. So coming in to that and then seeing what it is now has definitely shifted with, the hairstylists are not taking, looking up to professional appearance. They come in with, bonnets on their head, um, hair not done, or doing their hair while they have a client. I mean, that was like a no. Like you just
Mhm.
could not do that, and to know, when somebody comes in, their priority. And, now I see that they're on their phones, they're, excuse me for a second, I'm taking a call. It's not the client that's a priority anymore. It's like you came for me type of attitude instead of I'm here to service you. And
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and that just throws me. I mean, I have clients that has came from different experiences and they just say, wow, to come to somebody who puts me first and who gives me, the attention without being on the phone or eating or, having me sit for an hour or so. I think that, like I tell them, I say the reason why they continue to do that is because you keep allowing it. And as long as we keep allowing the unprofessionalism and for us to be treated as such, it's never going to change because it's like, why should they change if we keep on patronizing their business?
Mhm.
So I really think that, I mean, I do have some, you know, um, hairstylists that are interested in mentorship, but as they see once they get here, I trained them just exactly the way I was trained. I had a girl,
Mhm.
a young lady who came last week from a school and she came in late. And not only did she come in late, she came in with her flat irons. So she started plugging her flat irons up and she's doing her hair and she's late. And I said something to her instructor and her teacher, and I said, that's unacceptable, and I said something to her that's unacceptable. She didn't see anything wrong. She said, if you had a problem with that, you should have told me. And I said, it's not the problem that I had a problem. It's the problem is you thought that that was okay. So that's
Right,
the
right.
difference in realizing that customer service and the industry service, we have a license to touch people. That is literally why we go to school. We have a license and a privilege to touch you. So that is a privilege, and we are taking it for granted, out here. And I wish that more hairstylists and even the up and coming we can go a little backwards. We can just kind of take a step back and see how when I was looking at the legends and things like that, how they used to come to work, they were polished,
Mhm.
they were
Mhm.
always together, and I used to look at that like, wow, what did she do,
Right.
because she just looked like money,
Right.
and I want to know what she do, so I wish we could just kind of take a step back, but that's what I'm looking at now, and it's kind of shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. And I think it is for, I say, for the lack of knowledge. And then, like you say, is that if people are accepting that behavior, then they think it's okay to be unprofessional and not to, operate as a business and a service provider. You're providing a service, so you should provide excellent customer service. And that should come first in everything that you do in this industry. But sometimes when you think back to it, we're in our kitchen, our basements, we're
Yeah.
growing up doing hair, And I think sometimes the mindset gets stuck in the basement, it gets stuck in the kitchen, and you bring
Yeah,
that into your salon or your suite. And that's why it's great to work under some people. That's why it's great to learn the business side as well, because that's a really big piece of it, is understanding how to operate a business. Because it's one thing to get people in the door, but
yeah,
what keeps them coming back, right?
exactly. And it's like we have a talent that was kind of like we were God given this talent. So it wasn't like a lot of hairstylists, I'm not sure, but a lot of hairstylists or makeup artists or anything that you do in the industry was kind of like a talent that God has given you. So it's automatic that you kind of know how to do a style or a skill or application. But it's like you said, Brandy, it's the business aspect behind that that helps you grow and build your business to be, just even a six-figure stylist or somebody at a platform or somebody who wants to work under you and somebody who looks at you as a professional.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, there's definitely room for improvement, and the best thing to do is to lead by example, because what I notice is the people who make it to the top in this industry are the people who become educators, are the people
Yeah,
who run spectacular businesses, and they know customer service, and they're known for the experience that they give their clients and all of these things. And if we want to be more than just a $55 cut and curl forever, right?
yeah,
In this industry, then we definitely have to raise the level of standard. And I feel like we need to keep talking about these things and bringing awareness to these things, so that we can let the up and coming people know, like, there is a standard for this
yeah.
industry across the board, with pricing, with customer service, with all of that. I wish it was an industry standard, and I want more of us to live up to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to take that back. We're going to take that back. Okay, even like I said, in the industry, not just in hairstylist world, but I mean, it's been times where I needed a makeup artist. It's been times where I needed an esthetician. It's been times where I needed, my lashes, and it goes literally across the board of the professional standard that has failed us. So for us to have a voice and for us to continue to put the standard out there, I think that clients are going to start understanding that there is a standard and I don't have to deal with anything less than, because this is a standard. So we set the standard, and more of us who set that standard and the clients start to see it, they have a choice. After the pandemic, they literally had a choice. I had a fluctuation. I think after the pandemic, my clientele tripled, and it was like I had new clients on the wait list, because their stylist has failed them. They didn't keep in
Hmm.
contact, they didn't help them, they didn't get the products to them, they didn't do Zoom calls, which I did. But it was like when their friends or their family told them, oh, I have a Zoom call with my stylist because she wants to make sure that my hair is taken care of. So when I do come back from the pandemic, my hair is healthy. And they were like, oh, my stylist didn't even reach out to me. And they didn't even reach out to them when they came back. So now after that, I think that the clients have a choice on who they go to, and they are looking at a standard. However, sometimes, like you said, it's not enough of us that are sticking together to hold that standard across the board. So I think that the clients are going to start making a choice, and that's going to play a difference.
Yeah, yeah. And that's interesting that you say that. But I want to tap into that, because you talked about like how some people didn't follow up with their clients even when they came back, like even when,
Mhm.
things opened back up, not even during when they were closed or when they opened it back up. And I talked to someone who was like struggling to rebuild after the pandemic. And the question I posed to them was like, well, did you reach out to your clients? Did you let them know you were back open? Did you email them? Did you text them or anything? And she was like, no. And I'm like,
Exactly.
really?
Exactly. And then they just suspected, like, yeah, there are some excellent stylists. There are excellent makeup artists. There are excellent people in the beauty industry. We know that you have the talent. But it's like I don't know where we come with this cockiness, thinking
Entitlement.
that we're oh the best. Like they're just gonna flock to you after you haven't contacted them in in 4 months. And even the Instagram famous, I call them Instagram famous industry professionals,
Professionals.
whatever, I
Uh-huh.
can't even say professional. Industry, people in the industry, I call them Instagram famous, like maybe 1 million followers. It's like they have so many rules, or they're getting, followers not by the professionalism, but maybe off of just being great at marketing. But when you go into the atmosphere that they are setting, and you actually take that apart from the images that they have on Instagram, is totally different. So then they're obtaining the client, but I'm sorry, they're getting the clients to come in the door, but they're not retaining the clients. So it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to get a client, but if you're not retaining them, like they're continually booking, you're continually seeing them, you have to look at yourself in the way that you may be operating your business. And not to get from what you had said about they not reaching out. It was harder for a lot of stylists that even came to me and said, well, how are you retaining clients after the pandemic? That was like a big issue. And I said, well, I kept in touch with them, and every single
Mm-hmm.
person that was in my email list. That's another thing that is not talked about: getting your contacts and your email list together so
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can continue to contact them. I said I contacted them on my email list. Email list, what is that? I know what it is, but how did you retain their email? I said every time that person comes in, I get their information. But they dropped the ball. A lot of us dropped the ball after the pandemic, which left our clients feeling alone, abandoned, taken advantage of, not feeling like they had a relationship with their stylist. And they were pretty upset. They were upset. I'm not going to lie. I heard a lot of venting in my chair, a lot of venting. I can't believe she been my stylist for 15 years. I can't believe she was my stylist for 20 years and she didn't even reach out to me not one time. So
Mm-hmm.
they felt that it was a relationship that was broken there, you know.
Well, I think I talk to a lot of beauty professionals, and some people still don't see the value in email marketing.
Yeah.
And some people have had the luck with clients just rebooking with them, dealing with their mess, and you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
always chasing them down and DMing them and doing whatever, and just tolerating all those things. And I think people are starting to see that everybody don't operate like that, and they don't have to accept certain things. And so they're looking for like someone who is not just looking at a dollar sign. It's a
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah, you're in it to make money, but at the end of the day, you do have a
It
relationship with your clients. You're touching your clients, you're doing their hair, you're seeing them on a regular basis.
is.
So there is some type of a relationship there. And how do you keep a relationship going? You nurture it, right? You
Exactly.
nurture the relationship. So if you're dating a guy and he'll never call you and you'll never hear
Exactly.
from him, right? Just you like, well,
You're like,
what?
this not gonna work.
It's
This is
not gonna
not gonna
work.
work. Don't even call me.
Right, right. So it's the same thing. And I think sometimes we tend to forget that you're building a relationship too. So
Yeah.
be not just in a business to make money, be in a business to build a relationship. That's why all money isn't good money. I'm not trying to get everybody, I'm trying to get the right people that are for my business. And I'm trying to attract that certain woman that's going to
Yeah.
continuously come back to me for her beauty services, and
Yeah.
understanding that it's important. And a lot of that stuff you talk to goes down to marketing, which is what I talk about a lot, like your email marketing and
Hmm.
following up and staying in touch with people and some of those things.
And I
And
love your tips, by the way, Brandy. Like I said, I'm
thank
a
you.
fan. Like I'm so honored to be on here. Like you just do not even understand. Like I always see your guests, and I said one day I'm gonna bring on the Brandy Taylor show. Like I just love it. I'm just so ecstatic. You just don't even know.
I love it, Maya. Well, I'm glad you're here. Well, I want you to share like some of your expertise, because I know you've shifted in your business over the years, and kudos to you, because I love that you've really niched all the way down with what you're
Mhm.
doing. and you're a master stylist and you're educating now. So I want you to share, what do you think has been a benefit of like even niching down, and how you have seen your business grow through doing that. I want you to share that today.
Yeah. So, like I said, just going back, 15, 16 years ago, I wanted to do everything. Somebody asked me what I do. Do you do, quick weaves? Do you do ponytails? Do you do color? I mean, I was doing everything and I was burnt out because I had every single client coming from which way to which way and everything. So I have tried, the color. I want to be a colorist. I want to be a bridal stylist. I want to be an editorial stylist. I went through each one to see which one I love the best. But the main thing is, of course, well, not of course, but I niche down to healthy hair and luxury extensions. And that allowed me to niche down to just those two. I mean, just because you niche down to something doesn't mean that you may branch off to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But
Right.
majority of my clients that come, they know that either they're going to get a healthy silk press with some extensions, or while they're going back and forth with their extensions, they're going to get a silk press, or we're counseling for them to get some form of extensions. So um, it has been such a benefit for me. It has been able for me to master that, and also others reach out to me to learn the skill. So when others started reaching out to me to learn the skill, I am ecstatic because I love to educate, I love to teach, and that has allowed me to get income, from a different source, but also be able to help. I say my exit plan from behind the chair, and not that I'm leaving anytime soon, but just to be able to do what I love and to continue that path and to travel, to meet new stylists and, to help them in their journey, to help them make more money behind the chair with what I do every single day, and to help others, do a target market. And so now I get only a certain type of client, either they're going, like I said, either want to grow their hair or eventually get extensions, or they want extensions. So I just niche down to micro links, sew ins, and I do custom made clip ins. But I start off with the foundation of healthy hair. So if you don't have healthy hair, we're either going to try to get you to get your hair to a healthy state, and then options, whichever extension, luxury extension, will be best for you. And that's what I do every day, all day, and I love it.
Now, did Nishi Down help you shift your income at all? Because before you said you were trying to be a colorist, you were doing a variety of things, and you offered a lot of things and tried a lot of things, as we all do, coming into this industry. But since you have niche down, have you noticed that it's increased your income?
Oh, definitely. It has increased my income from, I mean, not to throw numbers out, but now I am a over a six-figure stylist because of that. And I cannot credit it to anything else, because I couldn't control my books. I couldn't control the income because, just to give you an example, I may have like five, um, silk presses, versus I can have two microlink clients, and that is the same of maybe five. So you're working smarter, not harder. You also can control your rhythm in the salon. You can control your day. You can control what you do, because sometimes, if you've ever been, in the industry and you're doing something that you feel like, I don't really want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
and you get that gut, like, I can't. Or afterwards, you look at the end product and you're like, I didn't charge her enough for that. I spent all this time on this. But with you niching down, you can master that. So it's like, how you say a jack of all trades, a master at none.
Mm-hmm.
What are you mastering? Because yes, I can do everything. You can probably do everything. However, what do you do best at? So whatever you do best at and is in demand, and you see yourself continually to doing it, Why don't you get that and master it? Because that is what people are going to come to you for. That is what you're going to be known for. And people not only will pay you for that, they're going to pay top dollar for that because you are the master at that. And also, others are going to come to you to educate you for that. So, by your being everything, a lot of people don't know what you do. And
Mm-hmm.
quick story, I remember my best friend, and she didn't even know what I did. She said, "What do you do?" She said, "Yeah, I know you do the." I was doing fashion shows. She said, "I know you do bridal, but what do you do?" And I got upset. I said, "What you mean? What I do? Well, I mean, don't you see me? I do the shows. I do color. You know, I do quick weaves. I do frontals, wigs, like you know." And she's like, "No, Maya, I don't know." And that made me realize, like, wow, she really doesn't know because I don't know because I do everything, So that
Mm-hmm.
gave me an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to say, you know what, no more, and just to niche down. Some people, and it's scary. It is scary
It's
because
scary because people feel like they're gonna lose niche. Like if I
yes,
don't do everything, then I'm losing money. So that's
yes,
what it is. I want to like tackle that fear right now. If I don't do everything, but you don't have to do everything to make money. You don't have to do everything well. But if you can do one thing and become the master at that thing, then there's no
you have
stopping you,
it.
right? People
You
do
have
not realize the power of becoming a master. I would have like Renette was saying in the riches and the niches. Yes, girl.
yes,
And
honey.
masters can charge top dollar. Yes, people do not
Yes,
realize that. I would until I started educating. That was when I was able to scale. That was when I really increased my income, and I
yeah,
saw the difference in income that I could have by educating others or what I
yes,
was doing. And some people sleep on that too, or not even just even if you don't want to become an educator, but becoming a master at what you do,
yeah,
can
yeah,
really, because you could charge top dollar, you could become known for what you do, and you could become known as a master, not just a hairstylist that just do everything, but a master extension, stylist,
yeah,
a master, cut artist, a master colorist. But the
yeah,
mastering the thing is that's where it is. And I think a lot of times in this industry, we sleep on it. And I love the way you touched on, like, that doesn't mean sometimes you won't do other things sometimes.
yeah. Because you do, you
Yeah,
do.
because you do. Because sometimes you will get like, some one-off services or different things, but niching down can help people it can make me recall you better. Because like what she was trying to tell you, your friend was like, say for instance, if somebody was looking for somebody who did, luxury extensions or something like that, you may do luxury extensions, but because you did so many things, she might not have thought to recommend you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
She didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I guess, like I said, just the fear of leaving money on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. It's like, when somebody, and I think, I was brought up like that in the industry because I had somebody who would call the salon and he's like, Maya, you do braids? And I'll be like, no. We gonna do braids today. We get on YouTube and we just figuring it out. We never wanted to leave, but that's kind of like a old school kind of mentality. Like everything, you're gonna do everything to make sure that you get all of the income. But in the end, you wind up realizing like I don't like the end result because it's not my best because this is not what I do. So you're regretting that you're trying to be in somebody in another aspect of the hair or whatever makeup or whatever you do when it's not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to be something else or you're trying to get that money, but it's not your best. So it doesn't end up well most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I say follow your heart. I always tell people that, like, because especially as hairstylists, you've tried a variety of things, right? So it's some things that you just do not like to do. Like, say,
Oh
and I
yeah,
was talking to one of my clients. She was like, "Girl, I don't like cuts." Well, why do I see all these cuts on your page?
exactly.
Like, why?
Exactly. Yes. I just had a client like that. She was like, I want to get my haircut, but I don't even see haircuts on your page. And I said, yeah. And she was like, why? I said, because I don't want a whole bunch of haircuts.
Right, and that's
I don't
another
want
thing.
you coming to me talking about you want a haircut because I don't want to
Exactly.
cut hair. Do I know how? Yes. Do I want to do a whole bunch of haircuts? No. So you're not probably going to see that on my page unless I say she's growing her hair out from a haircut to growing her hair out, something like that.
And that comes down to leading with more of what you want to attract. So if you want to attract more extension clients, put out more extensions. Like sometimes it's just as simple
Exactly.
as that. But sometimes people, there's a disconnect, and
It
it's
is.
like I hate doing this, but well, it's all across your page, so that appears to be what
That's
you
what you're
do.
going to attract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. So I think that is a big thing. Well, I'm super excited. It's been great, chatting with you. You are one of the Beauty Boss panelists for the event on this weekend, the Beauty
Yeah.
Business Network and Affair. So tell us like what you're most excited about being on a panel, and like, just give a brief snippet of some of the things that you plan to discuss on this weekend.
Well, some of the things we touched on today. First of all, like I said, I am so excited. I'm on the Brandy Taylor panelist. I'm like, ah! I just think like Brandy is like the up and coming Oprah of industry, of
Wow.
industry best to be a voice for our industry. So I am just super excited, first of all. But a little bit what we touched on today, of course, but the professionalism is one thing that I want to share, and I'm going to kind of bring in some things that I've done where I think my clients, not me, but my clients has said that set me apart from the rest, and being able to charge $100 for a silk press, that because of the other things in the atmosphere that come along with it. I don't know if you guys can see my salon, but this is my a little bit of my salon, and I just make it nice, home and comfy. I give out, drink menus and stuff like that. But anywho, we're going to talk about that, the professionalism. I'm just most excited to be around my folks and to hear, their concerns and their questions, and us sharing with each other and us creating that standard together. It's like amazing. I think that everyone should come that is in the industry and who don't know each other, because like, we all are in this together, and if we all have I guess an industry standard and a pricing, that's going to up our industry and the demand, for our clients, and also be able to share and to give more information so we can teach and grow our industry. So I'm like ecstatic just to be around our people, So yeah, that's what I'm most looking forward to, is just being around and sharing. That's just getting the standard there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And one thing I could say about this industry is sometimes I feel like we are disconnected a little bit and we could be
Very.
more. And one of the things I wanted to do with the Business Beauty Network together is like for us to network together, to come together, right? And for the industry to come together, and for us to learn the business side of this industry and how that, like, I know it may be some people that might even be like 100 for a silk press. How do you do that? I only charge 65 or I only charge 70. If
Yeah.
you thought that, or your eyebrow went up, then you definitely want to be in the house, for sure. But you
Yeah.
know what? I don't mind paying a little bit more. I'm the crazy person who had a braider who, when I first started going to her years ago, she was charging like $150. And as her client and mentor coach, okay,
Okay.
she's now charging $300 for that
Yeah.
same service that she was charging me 150 for, and I have to pay that extra $150
You
because
you
I
you
show
like,
her.
what are you doing now? You gotta pay it. That's how I am with my trainer too. I'm like, why aren't you charging more? But now I'm gonna be paying more. But it's okay. It's worth it.
Right. Right. So definitely, but it's okay. I made her charge more. That affected me as well. But she should be, because it take her like 6 hours to do my braids, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of time in a day. And I feel like 150 just wasn't enough for that. And she's
Yeah.
very professional, on time.
Yeah.
And she takes care of you. She trims your hair, she washes your hair. So yeah, I felt like she
Yeah.
deserved to get that.
I mean,
And
braiders do the most work. Not to even get off subject, but braiders do the most work and get paid the less.
yeah, they do. They
But
do.
bless their heart, they love to do it. So, but yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
all of the industries best, and all of the whatever you do, it's like it goes across the board. The professionalism, how we treat our clients, charging our worth, what we're worth, getting that value and attracting what type of clients that you want, your target market, those just the basics. I know that we will be discussing, at the panel, and also meeting each other. If you have a question, if you want to learn a new skill, I know to go to this person. If you want to learn microlinks or sew-ins or whatever, you could call me. Whatever the case is that you are stuck. And I see that too, because I do work with two other stylists, but I see that, and they have been in the industry for over 20 years. And a lot of our industry best and talented are literally stuck, and they have no voice. So what you're doing, Brandy, is amazing. I know that it's going to pick up. It's going to be bigger, bigger, bigger every single time you do it, because you're giving us a voice. Even back in the day, it used to be where they had somewhere to go. I can't remember the name of it. Christina, my friend Christina, used to go all the time. But anyway, I'm gonna get the name of it. But they used to have an industry that used to come. The industry used to come together, and they used to have meetings, every month, and they encourage each other. But they all knew each other, so I just can't wait to meet some of the people in the industry and see faces to names and stuff, and be able to follow each other on Instagram and cheer each other on, encourage each other, and to keep feeding into each other. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yes, yes. So make sure that you join us. I got the information going across the screen. You can actually go to the Business Beauty Network website and click on events and get tickets if you're in the Metro Detroit area. We will have the Beauty Biz Networking Affair this Sunday from 3 to 7 p.m. at Bamboo in Detroit, in Royal Oak, rather. And all of the information will be in the show notes and on the website under the events tab. But Maya, I want to ask you one last question before we go. What do you think has been the biggest lesson that you've learned on your entrepreneurial journey thus far?
My biggest, what was the question? My biggest what?
Lesson.
Lesson. My biggest lesson, I'm going to say, do it scared. Do it scared, because I was shaking in my boots when I came into this industry with no clients. Do it scared, even on social media. That post sometimes that we done took hours to post, and then you click that button and you're scared, or you have it sitting there and never post it because you're scared what other people think. Or that hairstyle where it may not be a curl or something that you don't want to put up out there. Do it scared. Do it scared if you want to learn a new skill and people don't know that that's what you're known for. Recreate yourself. The only way that I was able to do what I do now is I did it scared. That was the biggest lesson, to just go, like I said, I was pushed out there. I did it scared.
I love it. Thank you. Tell everybody how they can connect with you, Maya.
You can connect with me on Instagram at Maya Mitchell. Was Maya Maya_Mitchell Mittchell. My website is www.mayamitchell1.com. It has more information in my bio, and also the classes that you can take for microlinking and also sewing. So look forward to meeting you guys, and I hope to see, well, I will see you. I don't hope. I will see you guys this Sunday at Bamboo from 3 to 7, right, Brandy?
Yep, from 3 to 7.
Okay, so we'll see you there, and I can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Maya Mitchell, everyone, all of her information will be in the show notes. As always, stay great, and we are out. Bye, everybody.
Bye.